Yes, we got the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee, Bishop Joseph Walker. Bishop Walker, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Man, woo,
you don't know.
Wonderful testimony. You don't know. You don't know. You know, I want somebody to know this morning, man. People really don't know. They don't really understand what God has brought you through. And the fact is, you got to open up your mouth. You got to share your testimony. I want somebody to understand today that no matter what's happening in your life, you got this, man. The Bible says in Isaiah 40, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength and mount up with wings like eagles. You see, what people don't know is that you're an eagle. You're not like the other bird. You're not some chicken running around clucking, gossiping all the time, scary. You're not like some turkey walking around flexing, but ain't nothing really to you. You're not like some buzzard always going to eat dead stuff, bring up dead stuff. No, you are an eagle. And you know the thing about an eagle? Let me tell you something. An eagle has amazing sight, vision. They see further down the road. People just don't know. God is showing you stuff, man. There's amazing stuff you see, and you got to walk in what you see in the future. Secondly, people don't know an eagle flies solo. You never see an eagle flock like other birds because an eagle is confident. She holds her chest out, holds her head up, and she's willing to go it solo. Sometimes you got to get to a point you ain't looking for other people's affirmation, but you can say, God, me and you, we got this. Then, Ricky, the eagle got strength. And the eagle can take one goat off a cliff and lift that goat up. Man, it's amazing. And the reason that eagle got strength, because when the storm came, the other birds flew away, but the eagle flew right into that storm. And the pressure in the atmosphere made that eagle's wings get stronger. And that eagle went higher and higher and higher. People don't know that it's because of what you've been through. Your prayer life got stronger. Your family got stronger. They have no idea. But you're here today because you made it. You keep on going because you're an eagle. They don't know.
That's right. That's a good word right there, ladies and gentlemen. The senior pastor of Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church, Nashville, Tennessee, Bishop Walker. Let everybody know how you can be reached.
Hey, family, reach out to me on Instagram at Joseph Walker 3. That's Joseph Walker, the number 3. And let me know you were listening to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Go get it, Eagles.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, love you, man. Appreciate that word.
Love you, too.
Yes, sir.
News headlines. Entertainment. Sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, 10 minutes after the hour, got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look this morning at your front page news. So Russia is increasing its military presence along its border with Ukraine, signaling potential war. The White House press secretary said yesterday that we are now at a stage where Russia could at any point launch an attack in Ukraine, calling it an extremely dangerous situation. Meanwhile, the Omicron variant of the coronavirus may be milder than Delta, but it is so highly contagious that it's causing a lot of deaths because it's infecting vulnerable people. Models are forecasting that there could be 50,000 to 300,000 potential more deaths in the U.S. before the surge subsides in mid-March. Meanwhile, New York State Attorney General Lolita James's office said in a court filing yesterday that it had found evidence that former President Donald Trump's company, the Trump Organization, misled bank and tax officials by using, quote, fraudulent or misleading asset valuations, including what land was worth to get loans and tax benefits. Last but certainly not least, the House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol subpoenaed Rudy Giuliani and other members of former President Donald Trump's legal team who filed untrue legal challenges to the 2020 presidential election results. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.com. Rock TR Sports Genius is out today, but we got Special K sitting in for him. Special K, what's going on in sports?
Hey, Rick, you're going to like this, man. Shout out to Alabama football coach Nick Saban, who stepped up publicly signing a letter to urge West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin to support the Freedom to Vote Act. Saban, who was born and raised in West Virginia, is a longtime friend and supporter of Senator Manchin. Meanwhile, Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving won't reconsider his COVID-19 vaccine stance. This is in wake of Kevin Durant's knee injury a few days ago, which has now been downgraded to a sprained MCL, and doctors say he should heal without surgery, and he's likely to be back on the court well before the playoffs. Kyrie says, I stay rooted in my decision against vaccination, and that makes him ineligible to play in home games because of the New York City public mandate. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott apologized Tuesday on Twitter about his post-game comments regarding fans throwing bottles and debris at the officials after Sunday's playoff loss to the 49ers. He had initially said that it was sad that they were throwing stuff at his teammates. Then they told him they were throwing it at the officials. And he said, well, credit to them. So he apologized for that. That's it for sports. Gary with the T, what you got?
All right, y'all. Khloe Kardashian is being ribbed, y'all, and we are praying for Khloe Kardashian. She is being slammed, y'all, by her fans for selling her daughter's outgrown clothes online. They're saying for sky-high prices. They're saying instead, y'all, many upset followers are asking, why isn't she giving them away to families in need, y'all? They say they got poor people all over the world where she could get those clothes to. Now, they're saying that the Kardashian Closet website has recently restocked, and according to his website, is the official resale site of the Kardashian-Jenner family. But they're saying the Kardashian-Jenner family is asking for a pretty penny for their leftover children clothes. Now, they're saying in particular a Mickey Mouse T-shirt, honey, that's available for $75, y'all. Now, they're saying a pair of used pink Gucci Velcro tennis shoes can be yours for $250. A kid's pair of Fendi jeans go for $495, and they're saying that the fans are lashing out, asking the famous family to justify selling the clothing at such high prices instead of donating them to those in need. Now, all of y'all got kids. Y'all, do y'all give y'all kids clothes away, or do y'all sell them?
Oh, I give them away.
Yeah, we give a lot of our kids clothes away.
Yeah, well, I'm over here 4 deep, so I got to keep some of them for the next one, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't got time for all that. I got 4 kids, so I got to keep them. Like, you about to wear this, and you about to wear this.
Okay.
We've been over here, too, Marie.
Okay. Keep them things.
Hand-me-downs.
Yeah, but my thing is, if you can't afford the kids' clothes, and they saying why they design the clothes, that's what these people could afford. They like to buy their kids designer clothes and stuff. If you can't afford them, then just don't buy them. So,
but you know what, Gary? You know what people do? They'll if they give them away, that person will be shady and take them and sell them and say, this belong to the Khloe baby. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's like you can't win either way. You really can't win either way.
You can't win. So, y'all, poor Khloe, y'all, let's pray for that family that, people just understand. Because I know one thing about me, my pre-owned clothes that I get from the consignment store, I give them away. Because you're not going to say, girl, he gave me this shirt, he sold it for $2 and it had a snag in it. So, here, just take it. And I ain't got to hear from you. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is sweet artichoke. On the high end, you say sweet artichoke. And on the low end, you say beautiful light green. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up next in the hot spot, I'm going to let you know who's top in the nominations for the NAACP Image Awards. Up next is the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BRAT.
All right, y'all, bottom of the hour, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? This segment is brought to you by Geico. Whether you rent or own, Geico makes it easy to bundle home and car insurance. Having a home is easy work, so get a quote at geico.com easy. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the Hot Spot, where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Oscar and Grammy Award singer-songwriter Her scored the most nominations for the 2022 NAACP Image Awards. She is up for 6 nods in the music categories, including Outstanding Female Artist, Outstanding Album, Outstanding Soul R&B Song, and more. And we got Jasmine Sullivan, Chloe Bailey, Drake, and Silk Sonic. They all up for 4 nominations each, so congratulations to them. And Issa Rae's Insecure garnered the most nominations in the television and streaming categories with 12 nominations. The show's accompanying documentary Insecure, The End was also nominated. Netflix's The Harder They Fall also snagged 12 nominations. That was a good movie, y'all. And up for Entertainer of the Year are Jennifer Hudson, Regina King, Lil Nas X, Meg Thee Stallion, and Tiffany Haddish. Other nominees include Denzel Washington, Will Smith, Angela Bassett, Daniel Kaluuya, and more. The 2022 NAACP Image Awards will air February 26th at 8 p.m. Eastern on BET, hosted by our boy Anthony Anderson. And due to COVID-19, the show will will be held without an in-person audience. So that's what's going on with that. I know everything is like streamed or no audience. It just feels
FaceTime.
It just feels so different when there ain't no audience in the room. You don't have that warmth, and when you know what I'm saying,
right.
Rick, you know what it's like. Like imagine doing a comedy show on screen and not being able to. It's a different feeling.
We had to do it at first.
Zoom, it ain't no good.
Ooh,
None.
I know. Oh, I got some bad news, y'all. Some sad news. Fashion icon Andre Leon Talley has passed away. He was 73 years old. A source with direct knowledge told TMZ that he passed away yesterday at a hospital in White Plains, New York. No word on what exactly happened or what he was battling at the hospital. In 1983, he became the news director for Vogue. I think he was the editor, and eventually becoming the creative director in 1988. He held that position for 7 years before becoming, there it is, the magazine's editor at large. Talley was known for his push to include more black people on the runway. He also served as a stylist for the Obamas and also served as a judge on America's Next Top Model. He will be missed. You got anything to add about that, Gary?
Well, we're gonna miss Leon Talley. Now, Eva, you worked with Leon Talley, right, with America's Next Top Model?
I know Leon very well. He will be sorely missed. He is a giant in the fashion community, and his spirit will live on forever. He was a beautiful man.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Coming up next, we got Rock T's HBCU and we got your wake-up call, so hit us up at 8669-RICKEY. That's 8669-RICKEY. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Now you know.
And if you don't know, now you know.
HBCU
Oh, okay. All right, there it is. Rock Teasy up in the house, man. It's time for another HBCU. Oh, you know we're going to always put a spotlight on our heroes and she-ros that attended or currently attend our historically black colleges and universities. Can we travel on down to Wilberforce, Ohio, home of Central State University, established in 1887, home of the Maroon and Gold Marauders and the Invincible Marching Marauders Marching Band. It's going down. Talk about one of y'all's former students, Miss Elizabeth Eckford. Y'all better recognize this true treasure. She was one of the Little Rock 9, which is 9 black African-American students that attended the previously all-white Little Rock Central High School. They were selected on the criteria of excellent grades and attendance. But can I please break down the super courage that Elizabeth Eckford had? Her parents did not receive the message that all 9 students would enter the school together through the back door to prevent any negative situations. Elizabeth ended up walking alone to the front door of the school, making her the first African-American student to integrate a white Southern high school. There's more to that story, but I don't have time to go into detail. She later attended Central State University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in history. 2018, she was awarded an honorary doctorate from Knox College. And oh, by the way, she served in the U.S. Army for 5 years. Miss Elizabeth Eckford, another one of our proud HBCU alums of Central State University. If you didn't know, now you know. If you want me to highlight your favorite HBCU, hit me up on my social media platforms at Rock T Holla. Let's get it.
HBCU
Man, Ricky, listen, this 22-year-old may be rethinking getting married so young. So this is the story, y'all. A woman in South Dakota is facing charges after she didn't want to be around her husband. So what did she do? She faked her own kidnapping. Now, it's not clear how long they've been married, but she's only 22, so probably not very long. She was working as a delivery driver for Domino's last February when she called her husband around 10 o'clock in the evening and said a group of people were trying to rob her. He could hear someone pounding on her window, so he believed it. And after she hung up, he started getting text messages demanding ransom money. And he also got one that said, "I don't have long. I love you. Please help." So one of her coworkers also got ransom messages, and some of the texts came from a weird number that they didn't recognize. Get this. It turned out she was using an app to disguise her number, and all the texts were really coming from her. Rickey, police scrambled a SWAT team, tracked her down by pinging her phone. She was sitting in the car with another man when they found her and tried to claim, oh, they just let me go. The story didn't add up. She eventually admitted she made the whole thing up because she, quote, wanted a break from her husband. Now, she'll be in court next week to face charges for filing a false report and attempted grand theft. Now, that is doing the most.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Doing the absolute most.
Gary, was it bad, Gary?
Baby, it had to be bad, baby. This girl said, honey, honey, let me just go get out of this camp. And I ain't mad at her, child. Sometimes a girl got to do what she got to do. Lie. Say, most of y'all girls need to get kidnapped, honey, and say y'all leave.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Ain't nobody felt like that. I know, especially K Eva married y'all. Y'all didn't thought about nothing like that, have you?
Who?
That is indicative.
I'm sitting here looking at the app right now.
I don't want to be here was a person. Okay. Jesus.
Yeah. 22 is young though. When you're 22, you're supposed to be turning up in the club with your friends. You know, I know some people marry young and it works. Like you meet those couples. We've been together 60 years. But had I not had all of my broken and failed relationships before I met my husband, I don't know if we would have lasted as long as we have. So, but that is too much. And then you're gonna lie to the man, then steal the man's money. Like, send me some money so I can be with this other man.
How much money you gonna send for somebody that works for Domino's?
I had a homeboy fake his death, man. He waited till he got all the way to the cemetery till the last family car drove off. He jumped out that casket and ran. Like, that's too much.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, the Crowder Morning Show. It is 7 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. Gary, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Singer Neo is speaking out. He said that the quarantine saved his marriage. He said, quote, what the quarantine did was kind of force us to sit down and have these really uncomfortable discussions that we honestly would have not had otherwise. He told Essence Magazine, he said, we would have never had the patience to sit in each other's face and really just talk about what we didn't like about each other. He said, if I've got an excuse to be gone, I'm gone, honey, just to avoid, y'all, the conflict. Now, the singer filed for divorce, y'all, from his beautiful wife, Miss Crystal Smith, y'all, a month before the lockdown. And he added, y'all, that the pandemic made us face the conflict head on, and what that did is basically strengthen us because now I don't have to pull punches when I talk to her. You know exactly where I stand. I know exactly where you stand, and through that we've decided to keep going, and it's more genuine feel to what it is we're doing now, unquote. Isn't that beautiful? Did the quarantine keep any of y'all together? Special K?
Pass.
Eva, Brad?
I was never going nowhere.
You better say that again, Brad. I wasn't going nowhere neither. It just gave us more time for playtime.
Okay. It gave us more time to learn each other, you know?
Exactly.
Ricky kept you with somebody?
He got I'm talking about Neil here. Neil, at least he got something to somebody to damn quarantine with.
Yeah.
Yeah, sit over here, man.
But that would keep it, but that would kind of, you like he said, you got to sit face to face. Now, we got to talk about what we don't like about each other and what have you and stuff like that, because you have no choice. You can't go nowhere since you couldn't go outside and do nothing, so you had to stand there. So that's good.
Darren, I know you were suffering. You were suffering.
Hell, I'm still suffering, and I ain't got nobody.
But you don't have to sit in their face. I mean, it's space for you to go do other things. I think it's very adult and smart of them to have sit in each other's face and make that something that they wanted to do.
Yeah. But you know what, Brad? Being in a relationship and with somebody, you know how it is. We work. So a lot of times we're passing each other. But when you're at home, day in and day out, you have no choice but to sit there and really deal with the stuff that you're dealing with because you're not going nowhere.
Girl, you can keep it moving. You got a big enough crib. You can go to one side and do your thing. He can go to his side or downstairs and pour his liquor and do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
If your house got a basement, you good.
You good.
Okay.
Yeah, well, congratulations, Neo. All right, moving on. In other celebrity news, baby, I love this. Oh, this is such a good story, y'all. And ladies, y'all need to listen to this. Larson Pippins, baby, that's the beautiful ex-wife of Scottie Pippins. She says she is done dating athletes. She said she is not looking to add another athlete to her list of suitors, honey. Now, she spoke to Us Weekly, and she said she's looking for something different. She said, quote, it's almost like a nurse and a doctor. If you're a nurse and you've worked in a hospital, you're more likely, honey, to have friends that are doctors. She said, so I feel like I've been in the basketball world for so long that I feel like I'm just surrounded by that world. But she said that I'm trying to avoid athletes. If that's the question, I am definitely, honey, trying to avoid athletes, honey. She said, and she regret her romance with that doggone Mallet Beast, the guy. But she said she's no longer doing athletes. And that's a good thing, you know.
That's Scottie Pippen, baby mama, you talking about?
His ex-wife, yeah. And, you know,
but was she dating a rapper?
Well, allegedly,
Malik
she played.
Beasley, the ball player.
Yeah, that's the last guy.
Future too.
Yep. So, but that's a good thing, though. I mean, but the average woman, though, y'all, she can't run away from certain men. The average woman got to date poor, broke men. So what they going to do? Where they going to go? Because she can't go get no rich man because that's not in her circle. This one was in the circle of basketball players, and that's what she had to date.
There's a lot of high-value men that would definitely date a woman that had just regular stuff, regular job, and she had a good attitude and was very discreet and a lady and you know, kind of like somebody that could a best friend, somebody that can help you out, somebody that you can't live without. You know, you don't have to
nice
have a
car mechanic.
A
car mechanic. There's
Right.
a lot of mechanics out there make good money.
Right. Come on,
And they
man.
good on your cars.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well,
And they
congratulations, honey, to Lawson. Get you a nice man wherever you can, honey. That's all I can say.
She
Pray
gotta
for him,
equal
honey.
up to him, though, Gary. You know, she got to bring something to the table too.
What does she
Yeah,
do?
but when I say bring something to the table, like, you know, calm, peace, happiness. You know, because somebody, you know, sometimes you don't need nobody to bring no money to the table when you know, if you're doing well for yourself and you making six figures or $70,000-$80,000 a year, but just make the house a home and be loving and fun to be with and a best friend. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? That's all a lot of men
That's
looking
all
for.
a woman want from a man.
All right, the color today,
Yeah,
honey.
because like, I'm sorry, Gary. For real. Like, you know, when I was married 12 years. I never asked my wife to pay a bill, and I wasn't even, I hadn't even made it to BET at that point. I was just opening act for different comedians and still working at Foot Locker, and I never asked my wife for one dime on a bill ever. That's just the way I was raised, and I saw how my grandfather treated my grandmother, and I just, you know. So yeah,
And they don't make those men no more like you, honey. I trust you.
Really, we need to talk about that.
We need to talk
have
about
a
it.
real conversation about that because you go ahead. We'll talk about it. We'll come up with a
The
subject
color
one
today
day.
is artichoke, honey. On the hand, you say artichoke, and on the loin, say beautiful light green. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the T. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It's time for the wake-up call. 24 minutes after the hour.
Let's wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to get yourself together. Cause he woke you up this morning, slid you in your house shoes, so we be better. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Encourage each other and be productive. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, wanna know where you calling from, so come on and tell us and just wake up.
Good morning from Houston, Texas, all the way to Hammond, Louisiana, to Natasha, Alanis, and Derek. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Evan from L.A. I'm giving a wake-up call to Gary. Everybody that's not an athlete, that's not broke because they black, you better be wake up before I artichoke you.
Hey, this is Kia calling from Baltimore, Maryland. I want to wake up all of my Baltimore family and friends. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Justin from Columbia, South Carolina, just shouting out my family, my friends, and all the black students at the University of South Carolina. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
This is Miss Jeanette. I'm trying to wake up everybody in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Lock in, what's yours? Cause we gon' let them know. When you in Portland, wake up. In Charlotte, wake up. When you in Raleigh, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore, wake up. In Nashville, wake up. Indianapolis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Hey, appreciate it, Brad.
You're welcome, Ricky.
Coming up next.
Hey, get loose now. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. Y'all, the time is now 29 minutes after the top of the hour. We have infamous, your favorite grandmother in the house, Miss Bernice Jenkins.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Woo.
Good morning, Miss
Yeah.
Bernice.
Woo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. It takes
takes two to make the things go right. I like that song. Jenny, you like that song?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woo. In our church announcement, govern yourself.
Accordingly.
Now, the church janitor, Mr. Charles, is very upset and is asking that any of y'all men that got to do a number 2, please go out to the porta potty on the side of the building. Because last week, Deacon Watson's son, his son Fat used the toilet in the lobby and dropped a monster so big it couldn't get flushed for 4 days.
Oh my goodness.
Put a log in there.
4 days. My
It looked like somebody had laid a dinosaur egg in there. So we will be using Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church.
Oh, no.
As a matter of fact. And can't have nobody go in there. So somebody gonna have to get Fat checked.
Oh, geez. Oh, my.
You ain't supposed to do that at church.
You all right?
Do that before you leave home.
Somebody need to check on Miss Bernice.
Okay.
You gotta go to the fellowship hall for that one.
Why's name?
Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. He's killing me.
Oh, Jesus, help me. Anyway. The pastor is asking all cockeyed members to please don't share your Bibles with your neighbor to read out loud unless they're cockeyed too. Because y'all throwing folks off when y'all got regular eyes because they don't know what you looking at on the page and the folks getting confused. So y'all be careful with that. And the funeral service for Janie, you knew Brother Jimmy Turner.
Yeah.
His funeral gonna be on Saturday at noon. He was only 48. And he was a little person. And Little Jimmy is what they call him. And he was only 2 feet 3 inches tall. But was a star on the church softball team where he played catcher. And he had a real strong throwing arm. Though Little Jimmy had suffered from depression since last year when his wife Lillian, who was 2 feet 3 as well, had passed after she had got ran over by her nephew who was speeding on a Power Wheel Jeep at the family. At the family reunion, and he never got over it. When they found him dead in the sanctuary this morning, where he had apparently did something to himself. They said that he had hung himself, but they said he tied a shoestring from some Timberland boots and jumped. Man, go to commercial. I have to do this, man.
Man, go on, man. Black Tony, what's going on? Hello? What's going on with your phone?
I'm not, ain't nothing going on with my phone. I'm not coming up in there because y'all gonna be laughing at me.
Bro, you not coming to work today?
No, sir. Y'all ain't finna pick at me, sir. I look real crazy right now.
What happened?
And I know y'all gonna laugh at me.
I mean, just tell us what happened and then we'll decide. Let us decide.
Y'all gonna laugh at me, sir, because I'm in a real situation right now. I'm waiting on Dr. Carr to call me back.
Oh, bro, I mean, everybody going through stuff. What happened?
You ain't going through this right here.
What
I've been taking these pills I thought were vitamins.
Yeah.
My sister, because you know my sister.
What's up with your sister?
But you know she kind of a stud, but she been trying to be a girl, and so she.
Wait, your sister is a stud.
Yeah, my other sister, not Quita, my other sister.
She been taking pills to what?
Cause she trying to girl up, you know what I'm saying? She trying to be more like a girl. But look, Shawty,
yeah,
I've been taking these pills. I thought it was some vitamins. It's on at the bottom say ESTRGON.
Estrogen.
Yeah, I've been taking them for like a month, and then I thought I was just gaining weight. So I got breast.
Oh, God.
I got a.
What side bra you wearing, Black Tony?
34B.
Oh, God.
They been feeling on me every time I go over to the trap. They be feeling on me.
No. You got to start taking it.
Stop, man. They be trying to be funny.
You got to get some testosterone. What is it, Gary?
Testosterone.
Yeah, you got to get some testosterone.
That one went on Dr. Carr to call me back. He said he could let the air out of me.
Yeah. No, I don't know if you can just let the air out of him like you're a blow-up doll or something. Black on it, just...
I'm not coming up in there with y'all, though, because y'all going to be laughing.
No, I ain't gonna say that, bro. Just don't have no brown. But you said 34 what?
34B. I would have bought some from the store yesterday.
Oh, God. Yeah, dog. Just take the bra off, Black Tony. Just put on a big T-shirt, and then get you some Ace bandage and just kind of wrap it around, you know, or get the sport. Black Tony, go get a sports bra.
That just make it worse, shawty. But then maybe talking about what's up, baby girl.
Fred, go get your boy, Fred.
Ain't gonna be there today.
All right, man. We just come back. Just come tomorrow, man.
They ain't gonna. They done swole down tomorrow. I show up.
Yeah, get some Compound W and put on.
Hold it. Half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, Rick Smiley Morning Show, 5 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the color of the day. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning to you. It's Wednesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. Hip-hop pioneer Big Daddy Kane, y'all, he has apologized, y'all, to a lot of people, in particular, American Sign Language interpreter. It was reported, y'all, that Big Daddy was doing was doing a concert recently, y'all, and they had an American Sign Language interpreter on the stage to help out all the listeners that couldn't hear. Well, Big Daddy Kane was singing and performing, honey, and turned around and saw the man behind him interpreting and just snatched him off the stage. And a lot of people saying, oh, my God, why was he doing that? Was he supposed to do that? But Big Daddy said he did not know. He said nobody told his managers or anybody that there was going to be an interpreter on the stage. So he went back and pulled up the video and let the people know that he apologized to the guy. He did not know that this interpreter was going to be on stage. Does that happen to y'all? When y'all doing y'all funny jokes and stuff, do they put interpreters on stage for the people in the audience that can't hear or understand what y'all saying?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's right to say it, but one time me and Special K, we did a show, and they had some interpreter on the stage, and they had some section like at the bottom right side of deaf people that came out that wanted to see the show.
Yep.
Now some of the laughs was delayed, but
Yeah.
You know what?
It worked out.
I'm not fooling with you, Ricky.
Okay,
I
girl.
don't. You know, I knew you couldn't be straightforward with it. I just knew it.
Special K, no.
Yeah, you just gotta wait a beat. You just gotta give it a beat,
No,
and then pick up with the next one.
It's about 30 seconds.
No.
And you be on to the next joke, and they be just not got it. They be.
You know what?
And it throw you off, so you had to work on your time. You had to space the jokes out. Oh. That really happened. K, am I lying, K?
No, you tell me the honest truth.
Yeah. My Lord. Well, we so glad that Big Daddy Kane got it together, honey, because it was so sad that people were real hurt by that and stuff. So, moving on. Moving on in other news, honey, Wendy Williams, y'all, now their sources are saying y'all that there's some truth to all the claims that have surrounded the popular talk show host's health. Now they're saying, quote, the truth is a lot of the stories that you are hearing about Wendy are true, and they are coming straight from the staff. Now, several days for the 57-year-old Williams return to her purple chair have been announced by production company Delmar Mercury, but her absence, y'all, continues, honey, due to several health issues. Now, they're saying that the flamboyant media personality, honey, she was seen, honey, in a Versace robe and socks leaving a doctor's appointment. The source alleged y'all that it's one thing to see what we have seen in the studio, but another thing when certain staff members make it to her home, y'all. They say when the cameras and the mics are off, y'all, they say the liquor comes out. Now, they say, however, now, Rep. for Wendy Williams insists y'all that the stories about her health are inaccurate and dismiss rumors that she would never return to her show as speculation. They said, honey, according to sources, they have spoken to the Sun. The spark is gone, y'all. They say that Wendy, who for 10 years had that spark in her eyes, that cheeky grin, and that little wink is not the same anymore, y'all. They say she's not always functioning like she used to be. She has days when she needs help eating, getting out of bed, and getting dressed, y'all. And they're also saying that Ms. Williams is having problems recognizing people, y'all, that she has previously closely worked with, and there are days that, you know, she has no idea who they are, honey, y'all. So this is a sad situation, though, honey, but I just wish, you know, hopefully that she gets well, and, you know, that's whatever these stories are coming out, and the people that's working with her leaking these stories out to the public, honey, to the press, y'all, you know, just get it together, honey, because, you know, they're saying, you know, she's still having these people to fill in for her, but they're not announcing yet the date that she's going to come back to the show or whatever. They say fans shouldn't expect a video address from Wendy as well, at least for now. So
why didn't they just give, you know, if Wendy ain't coming back, why didn't they just give Sherry Shepherd a job? She was the one doing the best filling in. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? She's a friend of mine, and I thought that she did a great job. She had the experience. She was on The View for years, and she looked good. She do it perfectly. She do it, and she don't even have that feel where it's kind of coming off mean.
Right.
And whatever she does that show perfectly.
Too.
And respectfully. Yeah. Why didn't they give her the job?
Yeah, well, I guess you just can't just, I mean, because Wendy's still alive. They can't just take her off the show if she's
okay, but somebody got to do it. If you, it's like, you know, y'all come to work and Black Tony called in sick every day, but y'all show up. So somebody got to do his job.
Yeah, well, yeah, but she, and then if Sherry was to go do Wendy, what they gonna do with her on Dish Nation and what have you? She can't.
That's
be in
a bigger
platform.
Well, if she was going to do Wendy, she would probably bounce from Dish Nation, Gary. Like that's a bigger platform, a good job, and you know it would be hers in her name.
Yeah, well, we're going to see, honey, follow that story, y'all, because this is a very sad, touching situation, honey. And, you know, Wendy, I'm sure she still likes her job, but, you know, right now, whatever the situation is, honey, she just needs to, you know, get her help that she needs and come back to her show with the purple chair. All right, the color today, honey, is one of my favorite colors. My color today, y'all, is sweet artichoke. On the high end, you say sweet artichoke, and on the low end, you say beautiful light green. That's your color for today.
All right, y'all give it up for Gary with the tea. That was some good tea right there, Gary. Thank you.
Did you see that post? People are talking. Here's what's trending on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
All right, y'all. The federal site for getting rapid tests went live on yesterday, a day early, but it officially launches today. And Dr. MJ Collier is here to answer your questions. Hit us up at 866-9-RICKY. Dr. Collier, good morning.
Good morning, Rickey Smiley, Dr. M.J. Collier, your family physician, and we're here to bring this information to the listeners of the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. So listen, Ricky, one of the criticisms that the Biden administration has faced is that we were not prepared for this Omicron variant. When this variant came about, we, had slowed down testing, and that was a big complaint. So 2 weeks ago, the Biden administration mandated that all insurance companies pay for 8 tests per month for each covered lives on their plans. But what about people that don't have insurance, which is still a lot of Americans? So they've one-upped that. Now, every American household, if you have an address or a P.O. box even, you can receive 4 rapid antigen test kits per family per address. So not per family member, but for 4 in that family. If you got 5 or 6 family members, then you got to decide who's going to get it. But so the website, covidtest.gov, it started yesterday in the beta phase, and it's officially launching today. And let me tell you, Ricky, it was an easy process. I went on this morning just before we came on the air. It took me approximately 2 minutes. I logged into the website. They just asked for your name, your address, and they asked for an email just to confirm that the order has been in, and you can expect to receive them in 7 to 12 days. I'll say 14.
No way.
That's just the way we cycle. Yeah. So 4 free tests to everybody in the United States that has an address or a P.O. box to that family. So that's going to be a game changer, hopefully. But a couple of things you need to know, Ricky. One, the site is now live, and again, no glitches, although they expect there might be. It might overwhelm people once the listeners of Rickey Smiley Morning Show start going on. So be patient. But again, the entire process takes 2 minutes. You can do it, virtually any time.
I ordered mine too.
Okay, very good. So we're going to take care of that family. Okay. Now, one question did come up, Ricky. What if people don't have computer capabilities or they have an old-style flip phone and can't get on the Internet? Well, they're going to get a hotline going as well, an 800 number that you can call, and you'll be able to order your 4 at-home COVID-19 tests, and you can expect to receive them in 7 to 12 days, but I'll say 14. They're all coming via the United States Postal Service, your regular postman. So that's good. It won't be FedEx. It won't be UPS. That actually is probably going to help the post office as well. Now, they ordered 500 million tests, Ricky, and then they quickly realized that probably wasn't enough, so they're going to disperse those 500 million as quickly as possible. They only have 420 million already under contract. Now, that means they don't have them all in hand yet, but they're hoping that the manufacturers will produce them in real time and that they will be able to get them and send them out as quickly as they are ordered. So the president put another 500 million. He said he's going to hold back on those for right now so that they can be efficiently and effectively released as people need them. So that's going to help us through this pandemic. I hope they're out in the next 2 weeks, because in the next month we won't need them.
Yeah, especially watch somebody tell going to come up positive. They're going to go down and apply for WIC, thinking that they're pregnant. So make sure y'all read it. Make sure y'all know that this is for COVIDs and not pregnancies.
Pay attention.
Yeah, pay attention. Let's go.
Pay attention. Read carefully, and remember, a pregnancy test does not go in your nose, so that's going to make it a little easier to differentiate.
Let's go to the phones. You're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Yes, hi. My kids tested positive for COVID. However, we used a home test and it tested negative, but they weren't feeling well. So we went in and had another test done from an agency, and they did test positive. How accurate are the home tests?
The accuracy of the home test is not as good because those are antigen tests. They're not as sensitive as a PCR test, which is what you had later. And for anyone that has symptoms, I recommend getting a PCR test to confirm. However, this is the caveat. The rapid antigen tests are very good against the Omicron variant. So if it tests positive, it tests positive. If it tests negative and you still have symptoms, you still need to find a PCR test to get yourself tested.
All right, you're on with Dr. Collier. Good morning.
Hi, Doc. I wanted to know where we would send the test. Do we have to mail it, or do we have to take it somewhere? And if there's an expiration date on there?
No, you get the results instantly within 10 to 15 minutes at your home. It doesn't have to be shipped off. There were rapid tests previously available that you had to mail back to somebody and have them analyzed. This does not require that. It is literally just like a home pregnancy test. So you'll have the results in roughly 10 minutes. They're very simple to administer. My only concern is that people will not get an aggressive enough specimen, because as soon as they start to feel discomfort, they're not going to push that swab down in their nose further. So I recommend you let somebody else capture the specimen and not try to self-administer it, because you're just not going to do that to yourself.
Right. All right, Joe, Dr. Collier, good morning.
I had COVID in September of last year, and I'm a type 2 diabetic. I'm having problems leveling out my numbers now, and I'm just wondering if the COVID is the cause of me not able to keep numbers in sync now. It's getting to be a little bit nuisance. I've cut out all carbs and everything, and my numbers just won't level out for me.
Okay, well, COVID does cause a baseline inflammatory response, and inflammation is one of the things that makes it difficult to control your blood sugar. So you need to be taking a natural anti-inflammatory such as the vitamin D and omega-3 fish oil, and that should make it easier to control your blood sugar. But also, now these continuous glucose monitors, such as the Freestyle Libre, will tell you how you're responding to certain foods, so you'll have real-time information. Oftentimes, people cut out foods that they think are bad, but they're still eating things that are not good for their blood sugar. So take the natural anti-inflammatories, the vitamin D and omega-3, and see if you can get a continuous glucose monitor like the Freestyle Libre, and that will help you better control your diabetes.
All right, John, Dr. Collier, good morning.
My question is, sir, I just wanted to know a little bit more about the COVID shot, because I want to get it, but I'm afraid.
Okay, the shots are safe. The shots are effective. The pecking order of getting them, I would get the Moderna first. It is the most effective vaccine that is available. Then the Pfizer, and all are recommending the 2-shot starters, and then a booster shot, and then the Johnson & Johnson will be my third choice, and you can get the booster shot for that one, which would be a second shot. So 2 for the J&J, 3 for Pfizer or Moderna, the Moderna test of choice. If you have already received 2 vaccines of any of them, you should get a booster with the Moderna as your first choice to optimize your immunological response.
Go ahead.
Okay, these are the opinions of Dr. M.J. Collier, not those of Rickey Smiley. The Rickey Smiley Morning Show cast or its production crew. Please reach me on all social media at ASK Dr. M.J. Follow me on Facebook. I'll follow you back, I promise. Thank you so much, Ricky.
Hey, man, it's about that time, man, for Rickeys Quickies, man. If your grandmama slap your mama, what's your next move? Good morning.
Quickies.
If my grandma slap my mom, I'm going to sit down.
Quickies.
Clean them dirty drawers.
Quickies.
I got 3 words. What the f***?
Quickies.
Ain't my business.
Quickies.
Run like hell.
Quickies.
I ain't doing nothing. My grandma is crazy, baby. Nothing.
Quickies.
Stay in the child's place.
Quickies.
I'ma slap my grandmama back.
Quickies.
Did it hurt?
Quickies.
I'm clutching my pearl.
Quickies.
You better take your lick. I took mine.
Quickies.
I be damn.
Quickies.
Moving out of state.
Quickies.
She deserve it.
Quickies.
You want to take a nap?
Quickies.
I be damn.
Quickies.
Ooh, I don't get in there. That's family shit.
Quickies.
Staying out of grown folks' business.
Quickies.
I'm yelling out, damn.
Quickies.
Don't shut your mouth next time.
Quickies.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Quickies.
Be happy.
Quickies.
Not a damn thing. Don't mess around and be next.
Quickies.
My 3 words is my name, Bennett.
Quickies.
You better leave my mama alone.
That's the best Quickies we ever did, man. I'm over here. Brad, I'm over here crying.
See how I feel?
Somebody said you deserve it. She said,
My
"You
name
deserve
Bennett.
it."
That's how I feel.
Gary, why you start laughing when I first said it, though? Why you
Because
start laughing?
it just threw me, because I was like, I was really thinking something else, but I'm like, so I'm just let that alone. And
I don't know who put that on Facebook, man. When I saw it, I started reading the comments, man. I was crying. I said, we got to do this on the morning show, man. Hey, listen, man, y'all leave your comments, man. We're going to put this on our Facebook page. If you weren't able to get through, if your grandmama slap your mama, what's your next move? Hit us up on our Facebook page. All right, y'all, more Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up. Oh, man, 3 minutes after the hour, y'all. Listen. Arrested Development, man. I love that song. Everybody remember that song. When that song right there came out, man. Listen. For me, it was a skate ring. Now, this song from Arrested Development, 1992 debut album is called People Every Day, but it uses the chords of the basic song structure of Sly and the Family Stone 1969 hit song Every Day. People. Arrested Development lead singer Speech wrote additional lyrics to it and sings the lead along with Dion Ferris, and it also uses a sample from the song Tappin' Z by jazz pianist Bob James. Brett, take me back.
Man, listen, when this song came out, man, we was just grooving. Like, this was when the songs was the good old days songs. Like, and when you saw all of them, and they was kind of like country and in their own element, they all showed their own personality. I love the rest of Development.
Gary.
Yeah, but who was the first person you said wrote the song? That's who I remember.
Sly and the Family.
Yeah, I remember Sly and the Family Stone, and I loved Everyday People back then, but I don't know about this new one, honey. It was all right, but
This ain't new, Gary.
This is the old one.
No, but when I say new, I mean it's a remake.
The new word.
But it gave a good vibe, too. You can't knock the new one sometimes.
Yeah, but I like Sly, honey. He was very unique. He was a unique guy. With
Yeah, but it didn't have no rap lyrics, and then it was the 90s or whatever. They just took that old. Sometimes that's why a good old beat, you can take an old beat and
yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like reupholstering a couch, right? So just because the couch is old and you had it in the 70s, all you got, if you get it reupholstered, it's the same couch, but it got a new feel to it. You understand what I'm saying?
Come on, now. Yes.
Is that a good analogy?
That's a great analogy. Yes.
Yeah, Eva, Special K. Eva, you go first. What that song mean to you?
Man, this is one of those songs that literally makes me smell my childhood. I can smell the bomb pops, the strawberry shortcake, the push pops. We used to go to a park in Inglewood called Darby Park. And this song, we used to play. We used to pull the boom boxes out. Your mama would dance. The kids would dance. This song reminds me of my childhood.
Maria.
Yes. Man, this song just make me feel extra black. It make me want to wear dashiki, light some incense, and deny my Asian side. I just felt real black when this song came out.
Deny your Asian side.
No, man. Yes, I just wanted to just be black, and that's it. And I wanted to sit out in the sun and get some more melanin. Like, this was like the beginning of the woke music. I just remember it just being just the culture and the feel and the vibe. Like, it's definitely nostalgic.
Special K, did this song come out before you went to prison, or was you locked up when this one?
Okay, I don't quite know what the connection is there.
I'm just saying, I'm just asking because I remember
that's not
being
what you're
up
trying
there.
to do. No. See, we're not gonna do that.
No, I'm just wondering because you got. You was working over there. You was at V.
Listen, there's no connection to this and my past discrepancies. And I'm not going to stand for that. So I'm just going to call HR right now. You go on to the next thing.
But weren't y'all everyday people in the pen?
Right.
I'm on the phone right now. Y'all go on to the next thing.
All right, y'all. 6 minutes after the hour, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all, please welcome our good friend, CNN political analyst, attorney, and New York Times best-selling author, Bakari Sellers.
What's going on, man? I hear y'all need an HR lawyer in the room over there. Tell them to call me. I'm free.
No, I got you. I'm hitting you on Twitter right now.
There you go.
I was just trying to find out where he was when they came out. I know it was around that same time.
I keep bringing up my past.
You don't have to stand for this hostile work environment, man.
Thank you, sir.
Man. I'll make you free.
Yes, sir, man. Listen, man, congratulations on your new children's book, Who Are Your People? And first of all, thank you for taking time to come on the show, and I'm always seeing you on CNN. What made you decide to do a picture book?
Man, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And, you know, I have these twins that are 3 years old now, Sadie and Stokely, and I was tired of them seeing, respectfully, blue and purple people in their books and on their TV screens, and I wanted them to have more images of black and brown folk. And I wanted to be able to tell a story, and so it's a historical journey through our history, knowing who your people were. Because you know down south, Ricky, when you meet somebody for the first time, they always ask you, who are your people?
Right.
You get to know them. And so it just is a story about who our people are, the strength of our people, and it's a book of encouragement, inspiration, and hope.
Oh, man. Go ahead, Kay.
I have a question, Ricky. I want to talk about the doll test. And for those that are not familiar, Bakari, can you please explain the research that has been done with the doll test and why there should be more books like this that represent black and brown children with positive images that look like them?
No, that's a dope question. I mean, that's a really, really good question. The Kenneth Clark doll experiment goes back to Brown versus the Board of Education in 1954-55. And what it did was the sociologists actually laid out for young children dolls across the entire color spectrum, from white to dark skin. And the kids would come up and they would choose which doll they associated with being beautiful, smart, intelligent, nice, kind, and the kids would always choose the white or lighter dolls. The darker dolls were associated with being nasty, ignorant, dumb, not beautiful. And Anderson Cooper actually redid this in 2010, and the results were very, very similar. And that's what happens when you don't see the representation. That's what happens when you don't see yourself in the images of being able to be a hero in these stories. And that's one of the reasons I wrote this book. And especially now where you're trying to teach kids about race and who they are. This isn't the end-all, be-all, but it's just a tool in the toolbox.
Now, go ahead.
I'm sorry, Bakari, where's the best place for people to get this book from?
Man, you can get it from anywhere, man. Try your local booksellers, your black bookstores, but also just go to Amazon. If you send it your work desk right now, just click on Amazon. It'll be there in about 3-4 days.
And where's the best place for people to get the book?
She just asked that, Ricky.
No, I got a question for you, though, Bakari.
I was trying to give you one, but you got mad and walked out the room.
No, because Eva was
doing her work job. Don't do that. I just
no, she was up for that one. But my question got to do, quickly, Bakari, before you go. I want to know what your predictions are with the voting rights legislation. That's what I want to know about.
That thing ain't gonna pass. Listen,
I ain't think so.
King told you about the white moderate. He said the white moderate is a larger impediment to the Negro's success than the white citizens counselor or the KKK member. And when you look at what Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin are doing right now, they are the greatest impediment to our success. It's not any Republican, Mitch McConnell, et cetera, although we would love to have them on board. But the fact is we have 50 Democrats, and we can't even get them on board.
Yeah. Yeah. What do they call those? What crat? Not Democrats.
Bureaucrat?
You mean Dixiecrats?
Dixiecrats. Yes.
Yeah, Dixiecrats were those Strom Thurmond Democrats back in the day. I mean, we just have a real problem right now that, the question, and you have to, a lot of you all have young kids. The question is, will they still be fighting for voting rights? I mean, nobody thought, here I am, 37 years old, and we still are in a fight for voting rights. Will your children be fighting for those same rights as well?
But is it going to be anybody left to fight by the time they get big,
Yeah, well, you can't get tired, though. You got to keep writing and using your platform. You got to keep speaking your truth to power. You can't get tired. You can't get weary, man. Just keep fighting.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man, for joining us this morning, man. And let everybody know how they can follow you, Bakari.
Yeah, definitely. Bakari_Sellers on Twitter and Bakari Sellers on IG. Man, just please follow me. Go get the book, man, and make sure if you need a lawyer in that room like that, man, you just give me a call, man. I got you.
Hey,
I'm looking you up right now because I definitely need somebody to fight for me in here.
Make sure you grab his new children's book, Who Are Your People Today? Y'all give it up and show your love for Bakari Sellers.
News headlines, entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Show 27 minutes after the hour. Got your front page right here. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone, and happy Wednesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a quick look this morning at your front page news. In world news today, there are fears over a possible Russian war. Now, even though they've placed over 100,000 troops at the Ukraine border, Russia insists that it is not going to attack anyone. The White House press secretary called the situation extremely dangerous and said that we are now at a stage where Russia could at any point launch an attack in Ukraine, signaling a war in the region. Meanwhile, the House committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol subpoenaed Rudy Giuliani and other lawyers tied up in the Trump's false election claims. The Trump family is also under investigation in New York, where the state found evidence that his company used fraudulent or misleading asset valuations in order to get loans and tax benefits. Now, in addition to at-home COVID-19 test kits being available to order online today, the Biden administration will also give out about 400 million N95 masks for free. Now, those are the more protective masks that are commonly worn by doctors and nurses. The distribution program will be in full effect and running by February, and masks will be available at thousands of pharmacies and community health centers. Last but certainly not least, in tech news, AT&T and Verizon said that they will delay expanding their 5G network near some airports after CEOs from major U.S. airlines, along with shipping companies like UPS and FedEx, sent a letter to the Biden administration warning that the 5G rollout could cause chaos, affecting both commercial and cargo flights. All right,
man,
that was
if
a quick
your
look at your
doggone altitude is not accurate when you flying a plane,
right?
And you don't know. They tell you what feet to go to, and you set that, and it's not working. That can be really, really dangerous. You can actually crash into another plane if you're not at the right altitude, because planes have to cross each other in the sky. So, and usually they're like sometime between 200 and maybe 1,000 feet apart, crossing over, not even that much, or whatever. But if you at the wrong altitude, man, you got a problem.
Yep. Well, that's what it's looking like. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, just log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Special K is sitting in for Rock T today for sports. Special K, what you got?
Well, Brooklyn Nets got good news on top of the bad news. Apparently, Kevin Durant went down with a knee injury a few days ago. It could have been season-ending, but now it's been downgraded to a sprained MCL, and doctors say that he should heal up in time to be back on the court well before the playoffs. And Kyrie Irving has said that he was staying deeply rooted in his decision against vaccination, which could have been a problem because he can't play any home games because of New York mandates on that. Shout out to Alabama football coach Nick Saban, who stepped up publicly and signed a letter to urge West Virginia Senator and his friend Joe Manchin to support the Freedom to Vote Act. And Nick Saban is actually a native of West Virginia and is a friend of the senator. So,
and you know what he said? What did he say? He said, "If you want to make everybody happy, don't be a leader. Sell ice cream." I love it. That's what I just posted on my Facebook page. If you want, that's like my motto for the rest of my life, and it's been my motto. If you want to make everybody happy, sell ice cream.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you can't be in leadership because you ain't gonna make everybody happy.
Nope.
Whatever. I love it, and I really appreciate him stepping up, being in a conservative state like Alabama and speaking something that's not positive in a red state. Or whatever, and they going in on him, but
that's what he does normally, though. I mean, he always kind of stands up for what's right.
Absolutely,
he's not afraid. Yeah, he ain't
at
afraid. All. Finally, Dallas Cowboy quarterback Dak Prescott apologized on Twitter for insinuating that it was okay for fans to throw stuff at the refs after their loss on Sunday to the 49ers, and he said he was sorry for that. Wasn't a good look for Dak. That's it for sports. Rat-a-tat-tat, what you got in the hot spot?
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and that's hot. You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
All right, Rick's Morning Show 29 before the top of the hour. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brad Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into it. Well, in good Kanye news, he and Big Sean have apparently squashed their beef. That is good. The two are spotted leaving the studio with French Montana in Los Angeles on Monday night, and apparently Ye called Sean in to collab on his latest Donda 2 album. Now, if you remember a few months back, Ye said on the Drink Champs podcast, I already decided that when I die on my tombstone, it's going to say I deserve to be here because I signed Big Sean. He added, I know this man mama, bro. I've changed this man's family, and both John Legend and Big Sean, when I ran for office, got used quick by the Democrats to come at their boy that actually changed their life. And that's some sellout stuff. So I'm glad to say that they are back friends, back cool, and they back working together because they do make great music together. All right, now earlier it was reported that the 2022 Grammys have been postponed due to the rapid spread of the highly infectious Omicron variant of the coronavirus. Now they actually will take place on April 3rd at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. The Recording Academy revealed the new date and location in a message sent Tuesday to Academy members from Academy CEO Harvey Mason Jr. The ceremony will have Trevor Noah as the host. It'll air live on CBS and stream on Paramount. Awesome. Last but not least, NBC has canceled Ellen's Game of Games after 4 seasons on air. I love watching that. It's so funny. Have y'all ever seen her show?
No.
The game show. It is so fun. Anyway, it premiered in 2017 and it featured her with contestants through a series of games for a chance to win $100,000. And people were actually winning. This news comes after her announcement last year that the Ellen DeGeneres show will conclude after 19 years. She claims that the controversy she faced in 2020 regarding workplace toxicity is not the reason for the show ending. So we wish Ellen the best of luck in all she do. And we're going to wrap up the hot spot on that note. But coming up next, we got the Praise Mixdown. The time now is 27 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.